YouTube, what's going on? Right before we get into the video, I just want to add something. If you're someone who doesn't know too much about reselling and would like to get in the game, stick around. I have a lot of information just for you. And two, if you're someone who's already been in the reselling game, I would say also stick around because there may be some information you may not have heard of yet. So make sure to stick around and let's get into the actual video. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Khareem Oliver, and in today's video we're going to be covering one of my side hustles, which is reselling sneakers, clothing, and more. I promise this is going to be a very easy video to follow. It's going to be covering, money, research, tools, and where exactly to sell your items, because after you get your product, you're gonna need to make money somehow. So I'm gonna be talking a little bit about where exactly to sell those items. When it comes to money, there's two ways you can do this. If you're lucky enough and you have your parents, to give you money to go ahead and fund your business, that's even better. I would say to save around $1,000 in order to start investing in sneakers, period. That's a good amount of money, to be able to play with. Now, if you're someone who isn't fortunate enough to have their parents fund your business, I would say if you're working a job, first thing is save X amount of money, like I just said, $1,000 until you get there. Then you go ahead and start, investing in sneakers. I wouldn't go ahead and invest money that you just made and you got bills. Just go ahead and save as much as $1,000. And once you do so, you're more so at a good starting point to go ahead and invest in sneakers. When it comes to research, things you would need to know in order to know where these shoes are dropping or whatever item it is, you need to be familiar with social media. That is a perfect starting point on how to get this information to see where the supply and demand is. If there isn't a lot of supply, then the demand is pretty high, and vice versa. So you do this by actually going on social media, looking at Twitter pages, Instagram pages. I would say a good place to start is YouTube, because once you're there, you can look at the YouTube comments of people who publish videos on upcoming sneakers and seeing that, hey, this is something a lot of people are talking about, this is something that they want. So that'll be another good place to start. As well as Twitter, there's a lot of Twitter pages. I'm not sure if you know of. A lot of them just post links to sneakers dropping at certain times. Depending on whenever the sneaker is dropping, they'll let you know, at the time in advance, and then random drops, those will happen randomly. But for the most part, be familiar with social media, know where these people are posting this information, and on the flip side, know, do the consumers want this item? Because it would make no sense for you to buy the shoe or clothes or whatever it is, and there's no one to sell it to. And then there, you're in a red spot. So know exactly these tools and be familiar with. So after that, it'll be so much easier for you to actually know where to get these shoes at. I almost forgot to mention, to continue with the tool information I was just giving you guys, there's also Discord. Discord is a big place where there's a lot of different groups that give you information instantly, almost like Twitter, but more so of like a group or community, people just like you that want to get information about these drops, links in advance, slots, all type of information. Like Discord is basically the place to be at if you want to know about sneaker drops, like period. You find Discord groups from Twitter, so look on Twitter. I'm sure there's a lot of people talking about, hey, join my Discord group. Of course there's paid and non-paid, but for the most part, Discord is a very good place to start. And on the flip side, all of that stuff I was just saying before is more so things online. Now when it comes to physical, you would really want to be building these relationships with different people working at these different sneaker boutiques and just retail stores such as Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, Adidas, period. Like, just build relationships, get familiar with people. Don't be that weird person who just hops in the store and like, hey, you got this or that. Like, be cool about it. Everybody knows that, sneakers drops if a lot of people are there. So just be cool about it. You don't gotta be like hoggling the person like, hey, where are these sneakers? Like, it's cool. Just chill, talk to people, be familiar. Next thing you know, like after a couple of times, they may even hold some sneakers for you. I'm not saying they do that for me, but hey, if you're giving, if you're being cool to the person, they may, treat you well, so they may do that. Now, when it comes to selling your items, where to sell these items, all of the selling platforms such as StockX, GOAT, Grail, Depop, I can go on forever. So those type of platforms are all out there. I would say they're definitely good. See which one is the best one for you, just because there's all sorts of fees, including PayPal as well. So just see which one is the best for you. Now there's also sneaker consignment shops. This is where you're actually able to put your physical items within their store and have them sell. They're basically selling the shoes for you, so that's a good place to start. Sneaker events is another good place to start, just because it's more so in person. You're getting a feel of like the atmosphere, what it really takes. You're physically talking to people, you're touching the items. Like it's very crazy and chaotic, but at the same time, that's the beauty of it all. Like you're being around people who are like-minded just like you and trying to do the same thing. Be careful, there's a lot of crooked people out there, a lot of crazy businesses going on, but you know, as long as you know what you're doing, you know, you'll be pretty good. But at the same time, snooker events is the best place to cash out and collect cash. I mean, cash is king. I know we all know this. And my personal favorite has to be by far your own clientele. This is where once you reach a certain point and your customers know you're gonna have this certain item, they're gonna specifically come to you just because they know that you have all of these shoes. You're posting on your social media, hey, I got this Yeezy, I got this, I got that, etc. So that to me is like the easiest thing to do, because if you have repeat customers, meaning customers are gonna keep coming back, you know for sure that you're gonna have a steady business that's going to be moving forward. And as long as you're supplying them with the shoes that they can't get, the sky's the limit. Clientele is my favorite, and I think it should be yours as well. So just keep building these relationships like I said before, and the rest will be history, and you'll be on your way to $1 million and even more, maybe opening your own store, who knows. But yeah, so just keep building those relationships. We're finally at the end of the video. I hope this video gave you guys a lot of information, a good amount of information to start. This is how I started. This is what I'm doing right now to this day, and this is why I'm able to get all these sneakers. You know what I'm saying? You let it focus. Bam. This is one I was able to cop. If you have any more questions or want to see how I do it in more depth, you can follow me at Grail Room on Instagram. I'll drop it right here. Right there. I'll drop it right there at Grail Room on Instagram. So that you can always message me if you have any other questions. And I also may even do a part 2, part 3. It may be a continuous thing depending on the type of feedback I get. Big shout out to all my supporters. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. If you're new, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, turn on that notification bell. It's time for me to go, so I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Remember, forever and always, stay cool. Peace. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I should have added this so you guys could see my success, but leave right here all of the shoes I've copped over the couple of years. Later.